Okay, before the test info, we're going to do a little bit of sight reading instead. So, my goal is to get you guys comfortable enough with sight reading that you can do it all on your own, essentially, without me having to do any sort of guiding work, which is a little bit hard doing this over camera. I will admit, so you guys do have to do a lot on your own. But I strongly encourage you to play along with me as I'm doing these sight reading videos, because I'll talk about how to get set up and things to watch out for, and then I'll play them at maybe not the slowest tempo. I'm going to start picking up the pace so that you guys feel a little bit pressured to do it. At some point I would like to figure out a way to do a test or an assignment with sight reading. I'm still thinking about that quite a bit because that might be a little bit challenging. But let's turn in our books to page 214. You're going to see reading at the top right here. We've got a couple examples. We are going to go through, start with the first one, okay? So, see 8-35, okay? Take a look at your biggest things. We've got normal clefs. We've got one flat in the key signature B flat, so we're either in F major or D minor. Since this chapter is extensive, actually the past few units have been over minor keys, it's a safe bet that we're in a minor key, but when we take a look at the last measure and the first measure, we see D minor chords. So that's pretty much confirmation. We are in fact in D minor, okay? Take a look at the left hand. You notice really quickly, just scanning through it, that should look pretty familiar, right? That's our progressions, basically. Some of the chords are in a little bit different order, but this is just basically, honestly, if they'd taken the chords away, you could have made this into a harmonization test of some sort, okay? All right, so now taking a look at the right hand, kind of just looks like we have the scale written out in slow motion. We're not slow motion, but it's going up and down quite a bit, and we don't do anything too weird outside of that, okay? So what we're going to do, left hand, you should not even bother with tapping anything out. But let's see if we can do the right hand really quickly. Okay? So I'm just going to put it right here. And while I'm tapping it out, like we have done before, I'm going to move it up just a little bit, just to practice what direction I'll be going. So if when you go up, you go up. If you go up and then all of a sudden you go back down, you're going to go down. And you're going to guess the distance. This is all stepwise, so it should be pretty easy, okay? So we're going to go pretty fast right now and start right in the middle. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the distancing is not about whether you actually land on the right notes, it's just getting used to how you're going to move, okay? Alright, so now let's go ahead from beginning to end, about that same tempo, okay? Make sure that your hands are ready to go and on the right notes, D minor triad and D, okay? We're going to go the same tempo and I will give 2 measures to count off. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right, now after we've done that, ask yourself, hey, what went well, what did not go well? If you kind of got lost in the middle, I would pause this right here and do this on your own, and then maybe if you want to do it again with a faster tempo or whatever, rewind to where this one started. Okay? All right, let's do one more actually, okay? So let's go to 8-37 on the second page, okay? We have nothing in our key signature this time, so that means either C major or A minor. We're definitely going to be A minor looking at the chords, okay? This also throws in a little bit of pedal too. If you take a look at the left hand, we've got some chords, but we've got a big move. So what I would do if we were in a real life situation, which hopefully you guys will be someday, I would likely give you, 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how long it was to scan this. What I would recommend doing is doing ghost playing first. So ghost playing, not the same thing as ghosting, but essentially you're doing all the finger motions, all the fingering and everything, but you're not actually playing anything. And you can do a little bit of pedaling too if you wanted to. The idea is just to get the right notes without having to worry about the sound or being distracted by the sound first. And that can make it a lot easier when you throw the element in there. So let's do one round of ghost playing, okay? So we're going to do both hands together. We've got an A minor chord down here and a 1. No sound whatsoever unless it's an accident, okay? So we're going to go, this one's Adagio, so we're not going to go too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can take your time and get down there. Make sure you're on the right note before you continue. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now make sure reset, and you can take your time when you're doing the ghost thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the same thing. Take your time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's really, really, really hard not to play. But that actually kind of frees up some space in your brain to think about, oh, where am I moving? And, oh, this is weird. It's just another way to think about it. Okay? All right, so now let's do a hands together, this time with notes. Okay? All right, so same spot. Won't go any faster. And see if you can get down to all those jumps in tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, alright, if you need to pause that and try bits and pieces of that over again, go ahead and do that. You're more than free to pause and do anything, and like I've said before, I know I've said in this class before, I've talked about looking around other parts of the book as well, sight reading through anything. Even if you don't have, even if you have other piano books rather, then you can also sight read through them. A fun thing to do would be trying to sight read through your instrumental rep, depending on what instrument you play. That could be really, really hard, but it'd be good practice. I like to do a mix of really basic, easy sight reading, so this is pretty easy, and then more difficult stuff that I know, like, I'm not even going to make this sound like a piece of music, but I just want experience with playing it, so that's cool. Okay, next video, we will talk about the test for this week.